Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. Grab a cup of coffee, some tea, some yogurt, make yourself comfortable. And let's get started with today's headlines. We'll do a bit of an East Coast financial hub today, starting with Barron's. And let's see what Barron's has to say. There probably won't be a post-COVID wave of foreclosures. Foreclosure moratoriums are set to expire at the end of June. Biden has proposed extending them through September. Stocks waiver after payrolls news. Democrats are already looking toward more economic relief. 5 beaten out tech stocks that are worth a look. 6 things to know today. Well, that's a pretty broad 6 things to know today about life, love, death, taxes. A different story. Homeowner protections enacted during the pandemic kept distressed home sales at a multi-year low in 2020. On Friday's job report, looking for signs of health after the winter virus wave. The drop in new COVID cases since the January report would coincide with an uptick in employment at restaurants and other sectors. U.S. vaccine shortage could soon end with oversupply. Greensill Capital planning to file for insolvency in the UK this week. Over in The Columnist, Zynga stock has made big rebound. Now the company is going beyond mobile games. Sunak warns of sovereign times ahead after COVID spending spreed. Let's look at Zynga. Let's see. Zynga stock. We'll look at a 5-month, at a 6-month. So from 9 to 11 to a year, from 688 to 1126. What did he call it? Rebound? Okay. Sunak warns of sovereign times ahead after COVID spending spread. These 7 value stocks will benefit from an economic recovery. Las Vegas Sands shifts focus to Asia, ditching its namesake city in $6 billion sale. Emerging market tech stocks are sliding. Proceed with caution. Companies are feeling the inflation pinch. What to watch next? Xpeng to offer cheaper batteries. The EV industry continues to mature. Navistar shareholders clear the Tratron takeover, while Volkswagen investors are cheering. Workhorse wants to overturn the USPS decision. Commercial electric vehicle maker Workhorse meets with the USPS Wednesday to discuss its contract bid loss to Oshkosh. Wealth planning outlook, renewed purpose. Explore 5 areas for change and opportunity in your wealth plan for the coming year. Lyft just reported its best week since last March. The stock is rallying. Let's take a look at that. Rally and begin to understand what they mean by rebound and rally. 49 to okay, that is yeah. That's a rally, all right. 1866, a year ago. Yeah. Twice as much value. Box tops estimates sending stock higher in late trading. HP Enterprise posts better than expected earnings. It's upbeat about the year. Broadcom is winning attention. Why one analyst says the stock is worth more. Pot stocks gain as more states consider legalization. The company behind Whitney Tilson's Empire Research, 11 other investment brands, is going public. Okay. Well, there's a lot of legal nuggets. All right. With that, we thank Barron's, and we go to Bloomberg. Biden signs off on tighter eligibility for stimulus checks. Green Seal crisis forces NHS to pay pharmacies for prescriptions. New York City seeks proposal to expand 5G and broadband access citywide. Military took hours to deploy guard on January 6 after frantic pleas. Stock drops as Treasury yields surge. Dollar gains, markets wrap. Treasury yields surge. Google plows ahead with plan to stop selling ads tracking users. Google says it won't build alternate identifiers to track individuals. Huh. What? Google plows ahead with plan to stop selling ads and tracking users. I want to know that. And I see that my little video has frozen, so you can't see the expressions in my face, but I'll try to be more vocal about it. Citi's 900 million mistake prompts banks to seek new safeguards. On the opinion column, when it comes to vaccinations, more is more. Democrats don't need new virus relief compromise. How farmers could fight climate change and make profit. The whole web pays for Google and Facebook to be free. London goes radical to take on New York and Amsterdam. The most important business stories of the day. North America's biggest bet on downtown shifts to the suburbs. Amazon merchant kicked off website spent. Amazon merchant kicked off website spent $200,000 to get justice. New York's plumbing rents are luring bargain hunters to their dream city. I want to read that. We are going to thank the Bloomberg and move on to the Wall Street Journal. Google to stop using a person's browsing history to sell ads. The Alphabet company said that it plans next year to stop using or investing in tracking technologies that uniquely identify web users as they move from site to site across the internet. The billionaire behind the biggest U.S. tax fraud case ever filed. Prosecutors accuse Robert Brockman, a litigious, sometimes penny-pinching software entrepreneur, of hiding $2 billion from the Internal Revenue Service. Stocks turn jittery as bond yields jump. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite slump as technology stocks continue falling, and government bonds yield ticked higher. We already read this. Sands to sell Las Vegas properties for $6.25 billion as it focuses on Asia. Concerts could be back sooner than you think. Let's hope. I'm ready for some live music. U.S. agencies stop efforts against domestic extremism. China's Tencent becomes an investment powerhouse using deals to expand its empire. Let's see. Tencent. Tencent stock. From 50.19 to 91.06. Nine killed in Myanmar as regime seeks to crush protests. Germany's largest opposition party under extremism investigation. Rockets hit Iraq base hosting U.S. troops. White House withdraws Neera Tandine nomination. I thought she withdrew. The administration's decision to pull President Biden's pick to lead the Office of Management and Budget marks the first failed confirmation push for one of his cabinet nominees. That's interesting. And in a newsletter that I read this morning, the headline read that she withdrew her nomination. Here, the White House withdrew the nomination. At least 13 died in California crash near Mexico border. An SUV carrying 25 passengers was struck by a semi-truck laden with gravel in Southern California near the Mexico border, police say. The rise and fall of the 80s glam metal. A new look, nothing but a good time, chronicles a spectacular boom and boost of the decade's hard rock industry from Twisted Sister to Trickster. And with that, we're going to thank the Wall Street Journal. And I'm going to thank you for joining me today for Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. That is Headlines in Bed. Let us pause and remember that it was a year ago where the shutdowns started, the isolation started, the deaths at high rates started due to COVID-19. The day is a little clouded today, but still, it can be a great day. Make it so. See you tomorrow.